Offensive Walls is a walk through Norway's history. In the first half of the 17th century, when Norway had been forced into an alliance with Denmark, it was remodeled by the Danish king Christian IV. He turned Akershus into a lavish Renaissance castle, which is the appearance it still has today. The outdoor areas of the fortress are open to the public. Inside the fortress, 21st century, and the Norwegian Resistance Museum, with stories of brave resistance missions and epic sabotage actions. Today, the castle... The Opera House of Oslo. The modern building on the side of the Opera House is the new main public library, the Deichman, relocated to this new facility in 2020. This unique building is designed by the Oslo-based architectural firms Lund Hagem and Atelier Oslo, and is easily identified by its unique top floor. The vision of the architects was several books stacked on top of each other, with the top formed like displaced books on a shelf. The outer walls are all transparent, with frosted or clear glass. The library provides access to well-equipped makerspaces, collaborative workspaces with facilities for creating, learning, exploiting the screen. There are 11 exhibitions in the building. Munch's art, together with works by famous Norwegian and international contemporary artists, is displayed in permanent and temporary Harald, Harold the Hard Ruler, around the year 1000 AD. In the Ekeberg area, there are several graves, some dating back to the Bronze Age, but most of them probably date back to the late Iron Age and the Viking Age, 500 to 900 AD. The building, which looks almost like a castle, is the former School of Navigation and has housed several schools since. On the hillside behind this building, you can find the Ekeberg Sculpture Park. It is free to enter. The islands in the Oslo Fjord are within easy reach with ferries from the city and offer historical sites, peaceful walks, and sheltered swimming.
Yeah, I'm trying to take you
Hovedøya is the
outside.
island closest to the city. And after several years run by the state, it has been renovated and turned into a private business. To visit this island, the ferries depart daily from City Hall Pier number 1. So people put their tent up and lived out here during the summer while working in the city. To protect the tents from rain and wind, they started putting up walls and roofs around them. And before anyone had the chance to say otherwise, permanent settlements had appeared. It is now forbidden to build any more houses here, and there are very strict restrictions regarding expansions of the existing houses. They also have to adhere to a strict color scheme of red, blue, green, or yellow when painting their houses. Being so close to the city, the houses are very sought after, but they are rarely sold as they are mostly just passed on from one generation to the next. To drive here from the Oslo city centre around Bunnefjorden, the fjord arm we just passed, but taking the ferries much faster. Between 1850 and 1925, the commercial harvesting of ice in this part of the fjord was a big industry. The ice was harvested and most of it was exported to breweries, dairies and hospitals in England.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it's very comfortable.
Together, and some of them even built on stilts in the water. The bathhouses provided the shelter necessary to change into your swimming gear, a memory of a time when undressing in public was a more complicated affair. The houses were provided with ladders directly into the water, and the building itself provided shade, with walls protecting from sight. In the early 1920s, there was a time of prohibition in Norway, making it illegal to buy or sell spirits. So, smugglers would use these bathing houses to sell their alcohol, as they were easily accessed by boat and hidden from sight from the city. Greek temple is called Villa Miramare. Miramare means sea view in Italian, and the villa certainly lives up to its name, with its breathtaking views of the Oslo Fjord. The temple was designed and built in 1911 by Norwegian doctor Jon Mjøen. During his travels in northern Italy, Dr. Mjøen came across a similar temple and imported its columns to Norway. Initially, he used the building as a summer house and for hosting parties, but he eventually sold it after only 6 years. Since the current owners bought the temple in 2006, they have restored it both inside and outside. They also rebuilt the bathing house that belonged to the temple. Sea between Norway and Denmark, the Skagerrak. The fjord is important for fish and seafood resources, but also for its valuable recreational areas. The word fjord in Norwegian refers to a valley filled with devastating city fire in 1624, the city was rebuilt behind the Akershus fortress so it would be better protected from enemies' attacks. It was also renamed Christiania after King Christian IV of Denmark and Norway. On May 17, 1814, Norway adopted its first constitution, and Christiania became the country's capital city, albeit in a personal union with Sweden until independence in 1905. In 1925, the city's original name of Oslo was restored. Oslo's population has now passed 700,000, making it by far the largest city in Norway. The city has easy access to nature. The 40 islands in the inner fjord are popular recreation areas in summer, but Oslo is also surrounded by a green belt, twice the size of the urban area, with large forests, lakes and paths for trekking and skiing. Oslo is continually influenced by new technologies, urban and international impulses, immigrants and cultures, making this small yet big city very unique. The inner Oslo Fjord is the most densely populated area in Norway. Around 40% of Norway's population live within a 45-minute drive from Oslo. Islands with several houses on the right-hand side of the ship are called Vassholmene. This name, Water Islands, was given back in 1954 when fresh water was found on both islands. This was a rarity on islands of such a small size. On the outer island, there is a sanctuary for rare seabirds such as black guillemot, little auk and common eider, which come here for nesting. On the inner island, closest to the ship, you can see several houses. Despite the fact that there are no public piers or means of public transportation, there are several families who live here all year, even during winter. Other families simply have their summer houses here.
It's like when you go, you know, you go right into it. Whee, you know.
Located. The area is called Fornebu, and the airport was moved north of Oslo to Gardermoen in 1998. The old airport has gone through a major conversion, and in addition to the old buildings, there are several new ones with offices, hotels and private apartments. A multi-purpose arena for sports and entertainment called Telenor Arena opened here in March of 2009. It has a capacity of 25,000 spectators for concerts and 15,000 for football. making it the largest indoor stadium in Northern Europe. So far, the arena has hosted shows by AC/DC, Tina Turner, Andrea Bocelli, and Metallica. The modern-looking building with a unique angled facade that you see on land is Equinor headquarters. Equinor, formerly known as Statoil, is a Norwegian multinational energy company that is primarily engaged in the production of oil, gas, and renewable energy. Equinor is a very important company in Norway as it is one of Norway's largest companies, and it plays a significant role in the country's economy, job creation, role in ensuring energy security, and commitment to environmental responsibility. At 64 meters tall and offering breathtaking views of Oslo and the surrounding areas, Holmenkollen ski jump is one of the most iconic ski jumping hills in the world. It has a long and rich history, dating back to 1892, when the first ski jumping competition was held there. In addition to ski jumping competitions, the Holmenkollen ski jump is also used for cross-country skiing events and biathlon competitions. The hill is part of a larger sports complex that includes a museum, a ski simulator, and a ski school. In addition to the ski jump, the Holmenkollen area is also home to a variety of other outdoor recreational activities, including skiing, hiking, and cycling. Overall, the Holmenkollen neighborhood is a beautiful and historic part of Oslo and a must-visit destination for anyone interested in skiing, outdoor recreation, or Norwegian culture. See Huk, one of Oslo's most popular beaches. Huk is just 5 kilometers from the city centre and attracts people from all over Oslo on warm summer days. The water is rather shallow, and there's both grass and sand areas to sunbathe. There's even a diving platform on the western side of the beach and a beach volleyball court there. Dyna Fyr. It was established in 1874 and automated in 1956. It's an important landmark in the Oslo Fjord and helps to guide ships through the busy waterway approaching the capital city. It is still in use as a lighthouse today, and in 1992 it reopened as a venue for corporate events and private parties, such as weddings and anniversaries. It can host up to 40 people. Museum, which tells the stories of the world-famous explorer Thor Heyerdahl. Here you can see the original Kon-Tiki raft on display, along with exhibits from Heyerdahl's work. The Viking Ship Museum is currently under reconstruction and closed until 2027. If you would like to see exhibitions about the Vikings, you can visit the Historical Museum or the Digital Museum, Viking Planet, here in Oslo. A 10-minute walk from the ferry stop, Trondingen, you can find the Norwegian Museum of Cultural History, or the Folk Museum. It's an open-air museum showing traditional architecture from throughout the country. This is where you find the famous Gol Stave Church. From March to October, you can reach the museum island Bygdøy in 10 minutes with a ferry, departing every 20 minutes from City Hall Pier 3. But is also open to visitors. In the main hall, the Nobel Peace Prize is awarded on the 10th of December every year. The walls are decorated with large paintings and murals illustrating Norway's history. On the left side of the City Hall, behind the Nobel Peace Center, is the new National Museum that opened in 2022. It is one of the largest museums in Northern Europe. It exhibits and conserves over 400,000 works of art. The museum offers a big range of exhibitions showing both Norwegian and international art, architecture, and design. It's displaying both contemporary and historical exhibitions.